Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. This is your match review for Chelsea versus Manchester United, which finished 0-0. And for the neutral, I apologise on behalf of all Chelsea supporters, and I think Man United supporters as well. I think I can apologise. That game wasn't brilliant to the neutral viewer in terms of the eye, because hardly anything happened. But for what Chelsea versus Man United used to be, what happened? What happened? Because today was just not good enough. Not good enough. Two teams that you could say were probably a bit fearful of each other and too tactical in waiting for the opportunity to pounce and actually try and get a goal, catch the opponent out. And I think that was just the story of the whole game, with nothing actually happening. We're going to go into all the details. To let you guys know, if you are new, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Let's start off with the starting lineup and how Thomas Tuchel lined it all up at the very beginning. Here it is. We went with a back three as usual. Edouard Mendy in goal, Azpilicueta, Christensen and Rudiger. Hudson-Odoi as right wing back. Ben Chilwell coming in for Alonso at left wing back. We had Kante to come in to fill in for Jorginho alongside Kovacic. We had Ziyech playing today in the absence of Timo Werner. He dropped a little bit deep to combine with Mason Mount, and Olivier Giroud was the only striker up top. That formation and that selection I looked at first, and I was like, hey, you know what? If we can get a good game from these guys, then it means our squad is ridiculously good. In the first half, we had good amounts of the ball. And again, it was the same situation that we've been screaming out for the last few games now, where we have control of the game. We have dominance over the opponent. The opponent are sitting back. They're trying to pounce for the counter-attack. But we have individual errors, or we get the ball to the final third and we don't know what to do with it. Now, in the first half, the situation was mainly around Hakim Ziyech. Hakim Ziyech, who had a horrific first half. Horrific. Couldn't string a pass correctly. He was always in buffer. He was always in delay. He was lagged. Every time he made a decision, that decision was the decision he should have made 1 second earlier. You know, he was always just a little bit late. It's like his brain had processed what to do, but his legs would tell you, hang on, let me wait 2 seconds to execute this for you. And then he would do that and the chance would go begging. That was the story of the first half, and United didn't really offer that much in terms of a threat, except for a couple of times. But I think defensively we contained Man United quite well. They had a couple of chances from distance which went, not far off at all, and Mendy did look beaten a couple of times, although the shots weren't on target. But overall, we had the dominance over the game. We move into the second half, and Ziyech has a better half, much better half from Hakim Ziyech. Very good to see. I hope he got a good talking to, and it might seem like that's the case, because when he came out for the second half, he did look rejuvenated. He looked like his decision making was quicker. He was moving about much more faster, so that was good to see. Hudson-Odoi had come off because of what looks like a knee injury or something. He had his knee on ice, so we'll see what happens in terms of the coming days and whether that's something serious or whether that's just a knock on the knee. Hopefully it's just a knock and he'll be available for the Liverpool game on Thursday. In the second half, we managed to bring Reece James on to fill in for Callum Hudson-Odoi as right wing back. Later on, we made some substitutions by bringing on Pulisic. We brought on Timo Werner. We took off Olivier Giroud. We took off Hakim Ziyech, and Hudson-Odoi had already gone off beforehand. With Ziyech coming off later, I would say that's probably a good decision. He did look a little bit tired, but there was a thing that I had in the back of my head that maybe if we had kept Giroud on, and we had brought Werner on and replaced Ziyech with a Timo Werner, for example, and have two men up top, maybe that would be more beneficial. But I did want to see Pulisic on the pitch in some capacity, and I'm glad that he did come on. I have this one thing, not just with Pulisic, but with literally every wide player that we have on this team. They're not doing one thing that I want to see them doing. I don't know why we're not doing it, but I think it contributes to why we're not creating as many chances as we would like. Because let's talk about the big elephant in the room now. We're not taking enough chances. And the amount of shots that we are having, you look at the amount of shots and it looks promising. But when you go back and you look at those shots, they're either shots from distance where they're very weak and they don't even work the goalkeeper, or they're chances where we're just not clinical enough. And, defenders get in the way, or it goes high up and it's off target and we're just not working the goalkeeper. You could say the same for United today, although if I have to really assess it properly, I think Mendy was worked a little bit more than David de Gea. So that tells you exactly how United set up and how they approached the game. They were more than happy to sit back towards the end of that game and do nothing and wait for the counter-attack, because a draw for them is a great result. 0-0 for United, fantastic. They're still in second place. They're still 6 points ahead of us. They're 6 points ahead of Chelsea. They're now ahead of Leicester because Leicester had lost. They've got a little bit of a gap now extended between them and Leicester. So they're happy. They're going home with smiles on their faces. They're taking the coach back up to Manchester and they're cool. What about us? West Ham dropped points. Leicester dropped points. We had the chance to drop points on Man United and gain points ourselves. We don't do it. Why? Because we're not clinical. We're just not getting ourselves into positions where we are able to take chances and really capitalise on them. In the first half, there was one issue, and it was we didn't have enough forward men. If you look at the first half, we had Giroud, Mount and Ziyech, and that's it. Not even Chilwell or Hudson-Odoi were bombing as much as I would have liked. And Hudson-Odoi a couple of times. Chilwell cross into the box, and that was about it. Chilwell, in the first 2 minutes, made a massive run, cutting inside into the box, and that was very good to see. That's the only time he done it. And you see that day in, day out from Marcos Alonso. And that's where I'm thinking, why are we not overloading when we have to? Why are we reluctant? Why are we being too cautious? Why is there only 3 men up top and they're completely outnumbered? You look at the way that United were defending in that first half, completely outnumbered. United had about 7 men on our 3. There was no way we were going to do anything with a Giroud, Mount and a Ziyech that was having a horrific game. So technically we had 2, you know? That was one problem in the first half. In the second half, we did pile men forward. So that was good to see. We did pile men forward. We did start to overload a little bit. We did start to get more men in the middle. But what happened? United were more than happy to just sit back and defend and contain and wait on the counter-attack. So what do you have to do when you're in a situation like that? You either have to really overload and get those balls into the box, or you have to try and dribble yourself in between the middle, in between those lines, have very, very fast movement in order to get someone in on goal. That way they can have a clear-cut chance. We didn't do that. What we done was always try to get the ball literally onto the wings. Same issue as we had under Lampard. We had the ball onto the wings. We try and cross. We try and capitalise on a free kick. We get exposed on the counter-attack, and that's pretty much it. Or when we do have the ball in the middle, we have some shots from distance. You know, we saw Pulisic have a shot from distance. We had Kovacic have a shot from distance. We had Mason Mount come into the box, and he done McTominay very nicely before his shot got blocked. It's just, you know, we're not doing enough. In the second half, we needed to do one more thing. One more thing that I've noticed for a couple of games, and we're not doing it enough. Why are we not cutting in? Why do we not have players cutting inside? You expect a Hudson-Odoi to cut in. You expect even a Chilwell to possibly cut in. Pulisic's on the pitch, cut in. You have players that are able to penetrate on the right and the left-hand sides, take the ball and bring it in. Ziyech to bring it in. Even a Mason Mount who keeps drifting to the right. And I understand because sometimes he can get outmarked in the middle. He drifts over to the right to try and recuperate the ball there and then create an action from that side, which is his preferred side. Cool, I understand. But bring the ball in. Cut in. We have no one cutting in. We end up passing around all the way back just to get the ball to the other side and then repeat the process and then eventually just cross the ball or pass the ball into the middle, not cut in, pass the ball, and then someone just takes a shot and it ends up nowhere. It ends up blocked, it ends up easy save because the shot is very weak and it's not powerful enough, or it goes completely off target and it goes into row Z. We need to try and find a way, a solution to getting these players up front clicking and generating enough chances that we become a potent threat to the point where some defenders start panicking, to the point where we're too quick for some defenses, to the point where we can start taking shots and testing the keeper. David de Gea was not tested today. Not tested at all. He was tested by Ziyech once. That was it. And I really think that should have been a goal. I mean, Ziyech, you're looking up, you see the entire right-hand side of the goal is free. He takes the shot without looking. It's a good save. Unlucky, but realistically, I would expect Ziyech to bury it. Anyway, you can't dwell on that too much. However, we need to get into a situation where we are moving very quickly for each other. We're combining, we have chemistry, and we're creating and working the goalkeeper. We're just not working the goalkeeper. Sometimes it looks like we're just taking shots for the sake of taking shots. And I know I said take shots, But take shots when the opportunities arise. When you can see that there is a chance to take a shot, take it, cool. But don't just take it for the sake of taking it. You're 40 yards out and you think, yeah, you know, I'm just going to have a dig. That'll be cool. Don't do that. Be a bit reasonable. Be a bit logical. Set yourself up nicely for you to actually work the keeper. The aim is to work the keeper. Get the shot on target and work the keeper. Make it a bit too much for him to handle. It's just, we need to do that more. We're not doing it at all. If I'm going to talk about some individual performances, I want to praise our entire backline. I think our entire backline were fantastic today. Even Edouard Mendy. So Edouard Mendy, some fantastic saves. Rudiger, brilliant going forward. Some good blocks and some very good physicality. Azpilicueta, same situation. Christensen, I thought was sublime today. So fair play to Andreas Christensen. He is doing brilliant in the absence of Thiago Silva. I never thought I'd say that, but he is. So Christensen, keep your head high. You've done brilliantly today. It's very, very good to see. N'Golo Kante, man of the match. I think we have to agree on that one. Kante today bossed the midfield in terms of defensively and trying to get the ball and work something with it. It was very nice to see him alongside Kovacic. They do have something going on. Maybe it doesn't have the balance that we'd like in a Jorginho and Kovacic in terms of, you know, attacking and really trying to create and pick out a pinpoint pass, but Kante today as an individual done brilliant today. So fair play to N'Golo Kante, man of the match without a doubt. And as for everyone else, I do think everyone else needed to have a better day at the office. Let's just be honest and have it right. We didn't do enough. We didn't do enough, and United will be the happy team today, not Chelsea. Now it keeps us in 5th place. We are still 1 point behind West Ham now. We're still 6 behind United. We're still behind Leicester. And it just means now we got to play Liverpool. We now have to win that and hope others slip up. And it's just, why do that to ourselves? We need to sort out our attacking situation fast. To the point where we are taking shots, we are creating chances, we are being clinical, we are working the goalkeeper. That's our last piece to the puzzle. If we get that sorted, we're complete. We're ready. We're ready. We have it all. So I hope we can find a solution quick. I hope Tuchel can work something out. We'll see what happens in the build-up to the Liverpool game, and then we'll see what the response will be. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your opinions on today. Let me know who you thought done great, who you thought didn't. What are your issues that you'd like to raise? What did you think we did well? Let me know. I'd love to hear it. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Again, thank you to everyone that tuned into the watch-along. Despite it being a boredom and a 0-0 draw, thank you to everyone that tuned in and contributed with the super chats. Much appreciated. We go again on Thursday, hopefully looking for a better game against Liverpool, where hopefully they lose today against Sheffield United, and hopefully we can, you know, take advantage and nick 3 points against Liverpool. That would be great. It'd be a great response to today's very lackluster performance. Let's be honest. So we'll see what happens, but thank you all for watching. Much appreciated. I'll see all of you tomorrow for a brand new video. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a good one. Look after yourselves. Take care and peace.